Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your annual reading for 2026. Fabulous. So I have already pre-shuffled the deck, but let's shuffle the deck again now that you are here, just to invite your energy in as well. I'm going to go through every month of this year of 2026. We're going to bring in your overall energy. We will then clarify your month to month happenings, I guess, and just guide a little insight into those months, and then we will finalize the reading with what to expect or which energy to embrace during this year. So you'll have some keywords there. So Aquarius, welcome. Thank you so much for being with me today. I am excited to get started. So I've been I've been feeling pretty energetic with this reading. Just coming into this. I'm just going to give another shuffle. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so let's do it every month. Perfect. Amazing. Okay, so first off, for January, we have the King of Swords. February, we have the Knight of Swords. March, Two of Swords. April, Four of Wands, beautiful. May, Justice. June, Nine of Cups. July, Three of Cups. August, Ten of Wands. September, King of Cups. October, Page of Pentacles. November, Seven of Swords. And December, Five of Swords. All right. So I will grab another deck to clarify, but just before, let's jump on in to your overall energy for the year. All right. So Aquarius, thank you for being with me today. So Aquarius, I'd also like to thank our guides and spirits for this resolution, for your guidance, for your input, for your clarity. Thank you so much for being with us today. Perfect. If that card wants to come back out, it can. Okay, Aquarius. And you've got the Turtle Spirit. Beautiful. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Do you know, I actually had a dream about a green turtle the other day. It was probably a couple of weeks back now at this point. It was the most chilled, aquatic, I don't know, I just felt like I was in another world, and I was at such peace and serenity and so comfortable around these turtles. So that could be of something worth knowing for you. Slow and steady wins the race. So yeah, just really take it down a notch, or, you know, try not to be so hasty, try not to rush everything or anything, try to enjoy the experience, even, you know, through the bad and through the good, because slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Thank you so much for being here today. So Aquarius, let's start off your year with January. Ooh, we've just got a visitor. So Kitty, you know not to stand in the zone. Thank you. So Kitty likes to come and be in my lap, basically, especially when we're doing readings. So I think she's just going to join us now. Maybe she's going to need some bread. Yay. There we go. So I don't know if you can see her, but she wants to join us today, so we'll let her. She's an Aries. So, okay, so Aquarius, for January, you have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, I'm feeling a lot of independence here. I'm feeling that you are able to speak your truth. I feel like, I don't know, you're bracing yourself and you're ready. You're ready for something to happen. I don't know if this is something that's been in the plan for a while, if this is something new. Maybe you want to follow a new plan, but I feel like you're really ready to take on some big responsibility. If it is new, I feel like you've already had this thought about something along this magnitude, I want to say, already. So you are feeling ready. There's a lot of determination for you this month, and yeah, I'm feeling like you are really ready for it. No one's going to rock your boat, shall we say. There's a lot of stability, and I feel like your mind is very made up with whatever this is for you this month. So beautiful energy to start off. In February, you have the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords, I wouldn't say is as stable. However, there is an increase of pace. So something, if it's to do with your choice in the January, you know, something is definitely taking or picking up speed in February. Something is definitely on the move. I don't feel sometimes I feel a bit like erratic with the Knight. With the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. However, with this Knight, I'm feeling like you have been waiting for something. So I definitely feel like this is something planned. You've been waiting for something for so long and now it's happening. Where you were determined and, you know, to make this happen, to make sure it happens. It is actually happening, but you are not feeling unprepared with it. I feel like there's a lot of preparation. You've been ready for this to happen for a while. But I also feel like it's happening a lot quicker now. It is happening than what you are expecting. So I hope that makes sense to you. March, you have the Two of Swords. So Two of Swords can lead us to believe that maybe there's a choice and opportunity that is to be had, and you're kind of feeling stuck in the middle or not sure about which option or choice or decision to make. There is also possibly a third option, maybe something you haven't quite considered. The moon is here as well. It is a crescent moon, which can represent illusion or something that's hidden from you, basically. Although it's a light sky here and the moon is out, I'm feeling like there's a little light in the darkness here. So there is something that hasn't quite been considered as of yet. So try not to move too quickly through something, even if you have been waiting a while for it. Your April is the Four of Wands. I absolutely love to see the Four of Wands. For me, Four of Wands represents stability, consistency, something worth building. It's long lasting. This can be leading towards a marriage, a relationship. This could be, I don't know, placing a deposit on a house, some sort of security. This is a goal reached. There's definitely a lot of celebration within the Four of Wands here. So I really love to see this here for you. And this is also opening up for your spring, moving into summer as well. There's a lot of fruition here. I'm here in autumn time, so I don't know if you know, by the autumn, this is definitely where you're going to feel that security, or maybe there's a realization of what it is that you have achieved already at the beginning of this year. I don't know why I'm here in autumn, but something is definitely setting in for you in autumn. May, you have Justice. So Justice comes at a time where there's some fairness that needs to be placed in order, or there is, or there has been an imbalance. Maybe something just needs to be put into balance. I'm feeling like there's possibly a decision that needs to be made or has already been made, but you want it equal for both parties. It could also mean, I did say something about a house, or if there's a new house for you. So I think that there's an order and celebration if you are moving house, if you're moving to a new country, if you are moving. I definitely think there's a celebration in order. But this, you know, could be leading from your April here, that in May you're probably signing papers. This could also be a marriage as well. Maybe it's a proposal. If you're moving quickly, it could be a marriage and documents are being signed. So it could be something along that, within that order. For your June, you have the 9 of Cups, which I think is absolutely marvelous. I really love to see the 9 of Cups as well. The 9 of Cups represents independence. I do class this as the genie card. So your dreams and wishes are either coming true or they're definitely within reach and within grasp. There's a lot of credibility I want to hear, but I feel that's mostly for yourself. There's a lot of abundance here as well, like emotions are high, there's a lot of excitement, and I also feel there's a lot of clarity for you. I feel like this is something that you've been dreaming of and you are now able to kind of grasp that dream, should we say. July, we have the 3 of Cups. So a lot of celebration here. This could be within a group, this could be within work. I'm feeling like there's a celebration around you rather than it just generally being a celebration. What else am I feeling? I definitely feel like you've achieved something. So it's definitely, you know, this could be the first half of the year and everything you have been working towards. But Aquarius, I feel like there's a lot of recognition and celebration around you and your achievements. You could maybe just, you know, create a party just for existing, for being, and just appreciate your friends. So it doesn't have to be a certain celebration that's needed or necessary here. But I feel like there's a lot of recognition and celebration and realizing, you know, who your friends are, who's close to you, where your family are. And ultimately, I guess that's what I'm feeling from this. There's also a lot of fruition in this card as well. I don't know, I feel like there's definitely like a group of people, maybe you found like a group of people who are like-minded and you have that to be grateful and celebratory about. So I feel like, yeah, that sounds a bit more right to what I'm feeling, to be honest. And there's probably a celebration around finding people who are like-minded, who you can really connect with. And I definitely feel like even if you're just going out for the night, or maybe you're just having a little sleepover or something along that matters, maybe you go into a gig or a festival and you realize like how cool these people are around you, and maybe they're quite new and fresh who have entered your life. Maybe they're not, you know, long-term friends as such, but you realize that you have found companionship and long-term friendship here. It's really, really beautiful. August, we have the 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands is feeling like you are carrying a burden, like things are a bit heavy at the moment, feeling a bit weighed down. You are able to take some of these wands off of your back. You don't have to carry everything. But when you're in this position, you know, this could be stress, this could be feeling like, just generally feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and not quite managing to disperse that stress enough to not feel this heavy. But you can delegate. You are able to, you know, maybe reach out, and that could be so difficult for you to do, but you are able to reach out and ask for help from those around you. September, you have the King of Cups. So King of Cups comes when there is full emotional authority and stability. You could be in the most chaotic, you know, whitewater river rafts, and you are floating elegantly on your ship, basically. You know, you're kind of coasting, but with grace, with elegance. So I feel like there's a lot of authority and emotional stability here. You might still be feeling stressed and pressured, but you are totally able to just ride and gracefully, you know, proceed, shall we say. October, you have the Page of Pentacles. I really like to see the Page of Pentacles as more of a romance, but I tend to see the Page of Pentacles like a very dreamy, I tend to see the Page of Pentacles like you're in another dimension, but not in a negative way, like you have entered a dream state, or you have entered a goal or a different mindset, and that's ultimately what I'm feeling for you, Aquarius. Like, maybe you've been coasting a lot of the year and just going with it and not really realizing, or not quite being humanly present, shall we say. So I feel like you're in a bit of a dream world here. There could be opportunities that you have reached, and maybe there's more doors opening for you, maybe there's other opportunities for you to take, and you're able to bring those into existence, or maybe even dream. You know, the last couple of months, maybe you've been a bit stressed out or couldn't quite imagine there being an opportunity already so close, but I feel like this is quite big for you. What else am I feeling? Let's jump into the clarifiers, just to see if we can knuckle it down a little bit. For November, you have the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords comes when there is a feeling of deceit or rivalry, or needing to, I'm hearing walk on eggshells, or maybe, you know, kind of tiptoe around. There's not a full element of trust here. So I don't know if there is something that you need to hide to try and keep something preserved for yourself, or if you are like collecting information, collecting data, because possibly somebody has put you in a negative position, so you're kind of collecting that information and that idea from you. That's ultimately what I'm seeing and what I'm visualizing at the moment. So that could definitely be true for some of you, for sure. But I'd love to knuckle down and see for the clarifiers, just to, you know, identify what this is exactly for you. And then you are closing your December with the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords appears when I mostly am seeing that you're against yourself. There can be miscommunication when the 5 of Swords comes up. There could be a misunderstandings, and kind of a fight for what's right instead of what, or, you know, who's right and who's wrong, instead of it being like a listening, understanding situation. So I feel like the emotions have been quite high for a while with the situation, and it's kind of pent up to be something bigger than what it needs to be towards the end of the year. Because this is in December, it could be just around that holiday season, that holiday time as well. So ultimately, I'm not really surprised to see the 5 of Swords here. But let's knuckle down and see what exactly those mean. Sorry, Kitty. Okay, so Aquarius, King of Swords, please. Guys and spirits, could you help us identify why we have the energy for the King of Swords in January, please? In January. We have the 7 of Cups. Maybe there's too much choice. Not quite being decisive about something, although that is completely the opposite to what I was picking up earlier. And the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, perfect. So I definitely feel like you are protecting your ideas about something. There's something that you are really caring for, and you are being quite protective about this, but then you are always thinking about something else. What to do, how else you can improve. And so I'm feeling like although you definitely are protective and decisive about something, your mind is kind of wandering elsewhere. However, this could mean, you know, daydreaming. Maybe you're taking a bit too much time into thinking about other things, daydreaming, worrying about what to cook for dinner, what to make tomorrow, instead of actually focusing and really prioritizing your time, right? So I am feeling that this is more leaning towards wasting time rather than staying and being decisive and really working on how to make this grow. So try not to waste too much energy on thinking what if, and ultimately I would really try to knuckle down and make this opportunity work for you. I think you definitely have a lot of opportunity and ability to make that happen, for sure. yeah, just feeling like you're in your head a little bit in January. So you've got this amazing opportunity. You can definitely make that grow. Try not to waste too much time with thinking about this, that, or the other, or thinking too negatively within that. Okay, for February, you have the Knight of Swords. So let's knuckle down for the Knight of Swords, please, in February. You have the Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. So you've got the 2 knights there. And I'd just like one more, please. And you've got the 8 of Wands. So it definitely, something is happening much quicker than what you're expecting. Now, like I mentioned, you have already put a lot of thought and time and effort into something that is definitely happening. You've put a lot of time and thought of and energy into this already. And now it is happening. It is happening a bit quicker than what you'd ultimately expecting it to be. Try to go with the flow. Try not to, dwell or worry about things too much, and slow and steady wins the race. So slow down your mind, but speed up your action if that's what needs to happen just to get through this phase. I definitely feel like you do have a lot of support around you to be able to do that as well. What else am I feeling? The fact you've got 2 knights here leads me to believe, so they are 2 cool cards, however, I'm feeling like there is some nostalgia towards how you're behaving towards the situation. So although this is something that you've really wanted, this is something you've worked hard to get and to be, to make that happen, now it's happening. I feel like kind of teenager mode is kicking in a little bit, or there's some kind of childlike wounds that is appearing for you at this moment. So I feel like there's some sort of visitation, or there's some sort of behavior that maybe you thought you had worked on that you're kind of slipping back into at the moment. I don't know if that is sounding like it resonates to you. I definitely feel like it's worth mentioning, which is why I have said it. What else have I got here? Yeah, I just feel like, the surprise is here. Like you're kind of like, okay, this is happening. This is happening. A bit Kermit the Frog. I know he's not a frog, he's a terrapin, but ultimately that's what I'm feeling here. Beautiful. Okay, so that's your February. You could probably hear my other cat, as she likes to call now and again. Hi, Grumpina. All right, so for your March, you've got the 2 of Swords here. So 2 of Swords. The door is open, she can come in. Or she chooses to stand outside. Hello. Hey, come on in. Meow. All right, we've got the Hierophant. And one more, please. The Hierophant. Going to see Gumby. Hey. The Hierophant and the 3 of Wands. Okay, so for your March, you've got the 2 of Swords. Remember I said that you've definitely got an option, you've got some kind of door opening, or there's a pathway, there's something to choose from. However, this could be a 3rd opportunity. I definitely feel like you are seeking higher wisdom, higher guidance. Maybe you're going to some sort of authority here. Whether this is a... what's a gestoria in English? Solicitor. I think, whether you're going to someone who is educated in that field, so whether it's a solicitor, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a guide, practitioner, you're definitely seeking higher guidance for how to move this forward. So it could be along legal matters for you. You've also got the 3 of Wands. I feel like there has been some past hurt with this. But also the 3 of Wands allows us to move on to a new world. So I'm feeling like that you definitely want some closure from this. You want to do it in the best way possible. This could be a divorce. This could be, a separation of some sort. Maybe you are moving house. Maybe you're moving on from something. But there's a new world in order for you. You are reaching, your wands to the horizon here, to this beautiful sunshine, this little ray of light. I'm feeling like you're very calm with that as well. So although, you know, things can be a little bit chaotic and moving quickly or more quick than you'd imagined, if this is moving for you, if this is, you know, some kind of legality for you, if you're signing papers and moving on from something, I definitely feel that there's karma shores for you. And it's going to be tough to go through, or it can be tough, but you are absolutely able to do everything. You've adapted so much already. Just imagine and think back to every way and everything you have already been through, and this is just a small percentage of that. But I feel like there's a lot of clarity for you when you do reach the other side as well. Feeling very calm and pristine with it. So it might feel a bit chaotic at the time, but it's definitely getting better. The Four of Wands. So could we dig into the energy of the Four of Wands, please? What does the Four of Wands represent? We have the Seven of Wands. It is something worth protecting for you. And the Eight of Swords, you are worried. Let's get another card, please. Could we identify? And the Sun. Okay, beautiful. So you are in your pure element of happiness. There is beauty, there is joy, there is purity here. There is an an ecstatic feeling with your whole experience, you know, where you are in life, how people are behaving with you. When you get, I'm feeling like there's definitely a move or transition happening for you, and you know, you are definitely within your pure joy, happiness and full sun energy here. You are worried about losing this, which is absolutely, you know, absolutely normal when you've reached or wanted something for so long and you don't want anybody or anything to happen to take that away from you. I'm feeling like you are worrying about this a little bit too much, and you are causing a negative impact, but you are preventing yourself from enjoying that full experience. Try to take a step back with worrying. I know that is easier said than done, but I don't want this to cause you harm. And I don't want you to take your pure joy away because you feeling like you're undeserving of something. There's a behavior of defensiveness, but ultimately I do see protection here. So there's definitely something close to your heart worth protecting. I do feel like it's a relationship or marriage. This could be, you know, with your family as well. Maybe if you have moved house, if you are moving house, or maybe someone's questioning you about, like, why would you move your family abroad or something along those lines. So there's an element of wanting to protect that, which I absolutely think is, you know, that's completely valid, but try not to let anybody else take you out of this pure joy energy and whoever you are sharing this wonderful, wonderful moment with. Stay strong. I know, Aquarius, definitely just walk on your own, to the beat of your own drum, and ultimately that is where your happiness comes from. May, you've got Justice. So let's discover what Justice represents for you. You've got the Devil. So there's some worrying. I am hearing separation again. Ace of Swords. Interesting. So I'm feeling like this is more catered towards the karma. Whether this is something or somebody that has behaving poorly towards you, or if you have been behaving poorly towards somebody else, this could be readdressing this kind of teenage behavior that I picked up on within the court cards earlier. If you are slipping into old habits or giving energy to things that you shouldn't really be, maybe you thought you've walked away from, maybe you thought you've cracked old habits, maybe you're slipping back into bad habits or toxic energies again. Okay. I definitely feel that I definitely feel that justice will be served, basically. But I feel like you've put in so much energy and so much time to try to avoid this happening again, and there's something just slipping through the cracks a little bit, and it could be stress, you know, maybe you're worried about something, maybe you're feeling a bit unhappy about something, but really try to discover what that is and where that's coming from to avoid you slipping back into whatever it is that you have healed from, essentially. And on the flip side, you have the Ace of Swords. So there's a brilliant idea, there's a brilliant new energy. Just try to not let this devil energy get to you or linger around you for too long, because you absolutely have that. I'm kind of seeing this as a new lease of life. It's new joy, it's new energy, it's a new idea, it's a new spark, it's imagination. And this is really bringing you to life. So really focus on your Ace of Swords here rather than linger in this devil energy, and that's really going to pull you through this karmic cycle here. For your Nine of Cups, let's discover where your Nine of Cups. Energy for the Nine of Cups. Just going to give these a shuffle. Alright, Aquarius, Nine of Cups, please could we have a clarification? We have the Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of dedication, hard work towards your dreams here. It's ultimately what I'm seeing. And also Five of Swords. Beautiful. And also the Five of Swords. Let's just make sure the cat's comfortable so she doesn't. Here we go. And you want to stay there. Let me wrap you in. I think I need one of those, you know, like they hold the babies in. Just like a little baby carrier. Okay, so Nine of Cups. So for the Nine of Cups, you have the Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of sheer hard work, determination, perfectionism. Like you are definitely working towards something. You are doing something over and over again until it's perfect, and you are perfecting something, whether it's your job, whether it's a skill, whether it's a tedious job at work that you're doing over and over again, and maybe you're streamlining this and making it so easy for you that you could just do it all at a click of a button, and you don't have to think much about it, you know. So you are perfecting something. There's a lot of independence and working towards your dream here. But you've also got the Five of Swords here as well. So you've actually got the Five of Swords down already for your December. So the Five of Swords here, I believe that you're kind of working yourself into the ground. Not in such a negative way, but I feel like you're burning yourself out a little bit with the Five of Swords. So Five of Swords represents like miscommunication. You could be a bit reactive to this. You could be maybe there's some sort of conflict or some loss. Maybe you're being a bit indecisive, which is causing a miscommunication or arguments. So I feel like you're really working hard towards something, but so much so that it's causing an imbalance somewhere in your life. Now this could be, you know, maybe this is a relationship, so you're working you're so dedicated and working so hard towards something that you're neglecting your relationship a little bit. Maybe this is your relationship, you're working so hard and so diligently, and you know, you're being the perfect partner that you neglect yourself a little bit. You know, that's the kind of dynamic that I'm feeling here. So there's a slight split, a slight divide. But it's an easy fix. It's an easy fix when you manage to put energy into each pot rather than just dedicate it fully to one without putting yourself in a situation that doesn't necessarily need to happen. The Three of Cups for August. Oh, is this July? July, sorry. Okay, could we have a clarification for the Three of Cups in July? What is the celebration? What is the celebration? We have the Moon. Are you a witch? How very exciting. And that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Let's have another card, please. Could we have another card? And we've got the Magician. Wow. Okay, so essentially, literally what I'm reading is this is your coven. You finally found your witch pack. You come alive at night at the moon, and you are creating this spell work that is completely resonated, is completely happy for you. And honestly, I'm just very ecstatic, and I'm super happy with your message for this. That's the first thing that comes to my head. Obviously, that's not going to resonate for everybody, but if you are finally delving into your witchy self, this is pure joy and this is pure happiness for you, and you are within the coven, you are learning from others, and you are also teaching as well. So there's a wonderful I'm going to say an equilibrium of energy here. You are the magician. I feel like you're really stepping into your power and realizing the ability that you have alone and within your group. And also, essentially I'm really feeling this is happening at night, or this is in your own time. This is not during work hours, this is not during the daytime, this is really when you have that time and energy towards yourself, and when you're able to sit in the quiet, that this is really when you come alive. This could be you being on the internet, after work, or something along those lines as well. Maybe you're creating a class, maybe you've already started a class. This could be towards healing, this could be maybe an exercise or a yoga class that happens in the evenings. I'm really feeling that the moon is more around time rather than it being illusion or insecurity. I'm feeling like there's a lot of power within this moon card. I am an intuitive reader, so I do read intuitively, and the messages I give aren't always necessary what the exact card representation. So ultimately that's really what I'm feeling with these cards here, and this message for you for your July. I love that this is coming towards the end of summer, or the summer for you as well, and also this could be very strong around your autumn, around your Halloween time, because that is your harvest. This is such a beautiful energy. I'm feeling honestly a lot of joy, a lot of excitement with you, with these cards as well. And you've got this magnificent infinity symbol here as well as here. So I feel like this is very universal. Maybe you've already been feeling these signs, and I feel like there's definitely some clarity for you here. How very exciting for you, Aquarius. Sorry about that. So the cats just went a little bit crazy. Okay, so for your August, you have the 10 of Wands. So 10 of Wands can feel like you are carrying a bit too much weight in terms of, feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulder. Maybe you are supporting not just yourself, but friends and family at this point, and it's feeling a little too much to handle at this moment. I mentioned earlier that you are having a bit of difficulty delegating those tasks. But you also have the 3 of Pentacles along with the World. So I'm feeling like, because of your beautiful tribe around you, and your celebration in the month before, I'm feeling like people are seeing that you are feeling a bit stressed, a little bit weighed down, and they are wanting to be able to support you. And I really feel like you feel supported in this time, and you are able to trust those, and you are able to kind of let go a little bit, that this is finally an end of a cycle for you. You're realizing that you are not alone. You don't have to carry everything alone. And this idea, or this, dynamic that has been happening, is no longer needed. Just to allow others to help you, allow yourself to ask for help when it's needed, and just for you to realize that you are really not alone. I'm feeling like this is definitely an eye-opening, awakening experience for you. Even if this is a transition, and things and worries and fears just kind of melt away a little bit, and you have that family and friends to support you. This is definitely an end of a cycle. Do you see how this fox is kind of meditating as well? I also feel like this card particularly, it represents a bit of the Hanged Man. So I feel like this is also an epiphany. This is also a realization. And this is definitely the end of a cycle for you. So really good work. I'm hearing just allow yourself to trust your intuition as well. Interestingly, the World card is 21 here, and so you've got 3, 2 plus 1 equals 3, and the 3 again here. Now, and also from number 3, the month before. Now, 3 does represent creativity, co-work. I'm hearing co-pilots, so you are working with others at this time. There's definitely like a community combination. The power of 3 is very magnetic at this month for you, or these last couple of months actually, but specifically this month. We've got the King of Cups up next for September. The King of Cups. So which cards, or what would the King of Cups represent for us in September for Aquarius in 2026, please? The King of Pentacles. You've got 2 kings, there's 2 court cards. There's a lot of stability here. There's a lot of authority, and maybe you're even becoming a manager, CEO of a company. And you've got justice, so you've got fairness. You are treating things how you've wanted to treat them, or you've seen how things have run, and you want to take that responsibility and just make it a lot better, a lot more fair for yourself and for those around you. If this is in a team dynamic, I feel that you are definitely stepping up. You're possibly getting a promotion. You're definitely stepping into like a leadership role. If you are independent or working alone, you're definitely being this person for yourself and creating fairness. I don't know if you're even rewriting contracts at this point. And justice does represent some sort of legal field, shall we say, but it does also represent, you know, the scales of justice. You've got a balance, an equilibrium, a fairness here as well. So I'm definitely feeling a lot of authority in this month for you. There's a lot of healing, and I definitely feel like you are stepping up, you're opening up, you are, I want to say the word preaching, but you are, you know, allowing others to know what is right and what's wrong, and you are stepping up in that way. And I hope you are proud of yourself for this. This could have been a dynamic that you have shied away from before, but you've now got the courage. You do not want this to repeat itself. You've now got the courage to speak up when, and you know, in the position you're in. Even if you're not part of this, you are that person to highlight what is right, what is wrong, and I think that's very noble of you as well. Page of Pentacles for October, please. What represents the Page of Pentacles? We've got the Ace of Cups. So there is definitely something new, something emotionally fulfilling. I did mention the romance is on the cards for you with the Page of Pentacles, and I do see romance here for the Page of Cups. Another card, please. And Temperance. You are definitely in flow, in balance. This is really, really beautiful. I do see a lot of love here, and you've also got these swans, and I believe swans mate for life. And this is the Ace of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. It's pretty much like everything nice and neatly balanced in terms of the elements in the world is all placed in this cup. So this is completely emotionally fulfilling for you. This is romance, this is wonder, this is dream capacity. You know, I mentioned that you could be even dreaming or being in another world of some sort. I think this is definitely, you know, your dreams are becoming existence here, which is really, really remarkable. There is definitely a lot of flow, emotional kind of clarity, and I don't know, I feel like things are balancing out, but you're allowing things to balance out. So you're putting things in position and things into place in order to create this beautiful flow and this beautiful balance. And this could be, you know, through every area of your life. This could be with friends, this could be creating boundaries with family. So I'm definitely feeling like you are stepping into your own power here. You are realizing the potential that you have, and how to apply that. This could be, you know, coming from your July, where you've got that amazing celebratory cards here. You've got the Moon, the Magician, and the Three of Cups. I'm feeling like you are definitely able to recognize your power and allow yourself to be emotionally fulfilled, allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to take those steps. So maybe you've held yourself back. There's possibly been some lesson that you've needed to learn, and the realization here is hitting, which is really, really marvelous, marvelous and maleficent. It was whatever I'm trying to say. Marvelous, magnificent. Thank you. Yeah, with the two words I was trying to combine, basically. Not Maleficent, but there's a lot, great movie by the way, there's a lot of power within you, and you are allowing yourself to dream and to apply those steps. And this could be something really big for you. This could be something that you've really wanted to apply for a while. I'm seeing the number 5 here in Temperance as well, so this does equal change within, you know, the numerology and numeratic value of that. So really, really beautiful month for you in October. November, you have the 7 of Swords. Let's dig into the meaning of the 7 of Swords, please. What is the 7 of Swords letting us know? You could even be walking away from something here. The 7 of Swords, please. What does the 7 of Swords represent for Aquarius in 2026? You've got the Queen of Swords. You are definitely on a truth mission. You are finding out what's the truth, essentially. I don't know if this is to do with your family. And the King of Cups. And the King of Cups. So I heard family. So I don't know if maybe you are trying to find out who you are, where you come from, family tree, family dynamic. You are on the search for truth, for clarity. Essentially is really what I'm feeling. Like you are coming up, you are collecting all of these ideas or everything, the things that people said, and you are on your own mission and taking all of these ideas and what people have said, and you are trying to apply what is real to that. You know, I kind of feel like, you know, when people leave like little nuggets or little chips of details in things, and they don't always align, they don't always add up. I feel like you're on a truth mission here, and with the King of Cups coming into play this month as well, I feel like this is emotional maturity. I'm feeling like this is something you've been needing to do for a while, maybe something you've tried to avoid for a while as well. But I really feel like you're going to learn and grow from this experience, from the truth that you discover. It may not be something that you can change, but there is a recognition there. There's an understanding behind that now. And I really feel like there's some sort of closure here for you. It could be something that, you know, you've been thinking about for a while, but I really feel like you definitely get some answers for your November. And December, you have the 5 of Swords. So December, could we have 2 cards to represent the 5 of Swords, please? Two of Wands. There's a disagreement with a choice or an action that somebody has made. And we've got the Page of Wands. I feel like you're looking for excitement. Maybe someone's been a bit stable or arguably a little bit boring, shall we say, within this time. Maybe you just want to be a free spirit and go out and learn about the world and be curious and be creative and have your Aquarius fun. And yeah, just be unique and totally yourself. With the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands for me, especially within this deck, for me represents like you are looking for some sort of closure. At the moment, I feel like you are looking for some sort of closure, but the door behind you is wide open. So there is another world that you can really delve into, but you're so focused on closing one thing that you don't notice there's a door open behind you, but this could cause some disagreements. So I don't know if this is like disagreements within yourself. And I feel like this is stemming from your November. The truth that you have found out could be causing some sort of fogginess, like, and clarity or doubt. Maybe, you know, I feeling like this is just a transition period to like everything that you grew up with, whatever you knew before, has now come to light, and now you understand it fully, rather than just like gaining these little nuggets of information. You understand the full clarity of it. But I don't think it's very easy for you to hear or to find out straight away. It does take some time to kind of settle in and to understand that fully. I'm feeling like you want to be a bit adventurous with your time and energy. I'm feeling like there is some sort of playful energy, like, sod you, like, I'll just go do my own thing anyway, and trying to kind of push it down in that way, like, maybe it being a bit, what's the word? Maybe being a bit, you know, when someone doesn't quite get their own way and they just kind of throw a tantrum. I feel like it's tantrum-esque. That's definitely not the word I'm looking for. Maybe it's going to come up. And yeah, so I definitely feel like, you know, you're very focused on something else at the moment, but there's a door wide behind you. There can definitely be an opportunity coming in. I'm feeling like you're a little bit heartbroken by, or confused by, the information that you have gained. And yeah, there is a want to act out during this time. Maybe not quite be yourself, or maybe revert back to who you were rather than who you are now. So a bit of a confusing December. I'd love to grab another card. Could we have another card for clarity? What exactly is the situation? 9 of Pentacles is to do with your independence. I feel like maybe you have been maybe you've been told so many different things that now you have that clarity. Now you want to take it a new direction, which you have every right to do. Maybe someone's been holding something from you. It could be like a family heirloom or some sort of family secret. It could be friendship. It could be something to do with a relationship. So you really want to take your independence with this. But I feel like this has caused a little rift in you. Just having this information. I'm not saying that you cannot work it out. Obviously, just as a messenger, I'm just letting you know it might be a little bit difficult. You can definitely work through this, but ultimately focus on being your bigger and better self. You can still, invite that creativity in. If you paint, if you have some sort of creative outlet, or even if you just, sign up for a half marathon or something, do something wild just to get it out of your system, and this also gives you something to focus on. So I hope that is clarifying for you, Aquarius. You have quite an exciting year ahead. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of transition here for you. There's a lot of new beginnings, and honestly I feel a lot of excitement, but ultimately I feel like you are definitely leveling up yourself. I feel like there's so much potential here for you, and that you are unlocking those. You are unlocking your realization. You are unlocking your potential and realizing how powerful you are. And I really feel that that's a lot of excitement, to be had within that. Okay, so last thing for you, Aquarius. Let's pull out 3 words for what you are being asked to embrace. Dare to dream. And you've got a lot of dreamer cards here as well. So dare to dream. And you do have, as I like to call it, the genie card on the table. Dare to dream. Okay, Aquarius, what else are we being asked to embrace, please? Strength. Strength. Little moon up here as well. Just wanted to point that out because sometimes, within the darkness it's hard to kind of find a light. So just make sure you're focused on your moon. And movement. I think that is incredibly powerful. Do not stop. And also you do have slow and steady wins the race. So as long as you keep moving, doesn't matter how fast, how slow, as long as you keep moving, that's really all that matters. This could be even applying to, I don't know, if you're a dancer, if you do any physical activity just to help de-stress yourself or to emotionally balance yourself. That's really what I'm feeling for you. So beautiful. So we got dare to dream, strength and movement. So Aquarius, thank you so much for being with me until the end. If you would like a personal reading, please do not hesitate to contact me. I will leave my information in the description box down below. Aquarius, thank you so much for staying, and I will see you again very soon.